trapezoid PQRS has segment PQ is parallel to RS. Those two little lines mean parallel. If PR is 3 and RS equals to 9, and the area of the trapezoid is 24, then what is the area of PQR? Now, so just draw the diagram. One side is 3, one side is 9, so it looks something like this, 3 and 9. Let's see, PQ is 3, meaning PQ is up here, and RS is the longer side, PQR. And so there we go, that's our diagram, and we want PQR, that means you just draw PR, and we want this little shaded region. Okay, now that we want the base and the height of the triangle to figure out the area. Now there's 3 heights. Well, we're not going to use all of the heights, right? We're not just going to go about calculating every single height. Besides, you might not even be able to figure out what every single height is. So what are the 3 heights? Well, one height is, if you look at it as if PR, that's the height. Oh, then that would be a height. And if you look at it as QR, if you look at it as that's a height, let's see, extend this out, draw this back in, that would be the height. And if you look at it as PQ, if that's the height, then this will be the height. Just extend this out. But which one do we use? Well, which one can we find, right? Which one's going to be the easiest to find? Well, it's probably going to be this little altitude back here, because we see, number 1, we already have the base, right? PQ, we already have 3 as the base. And second of all, we see that this little altitude, it's the same as the altitude of the trapezoid, right? Because the altitude of the trapezoid comes from the bottom, extends all the way up to the top side. That's the altitude, right? Extends all the way to the top side, and so does this altitude, right? Starts from the bottom, point R, and extends all the way up to the top side, right? So these 2 altitudes, the altitude of the trapezoid and the altitude of the triangle, those 2 are the same. So that's probably the altitude that we want to use, because number 1, we know the base, and number 2, that this altitude is related to the trapezoid. And we see how we can find this altitude very easily, because we know that first of all, the trapezoid, the area of the trapezoid is 24. And we know to find the area of a trapezoid, take the top side plus the bottom side times the height, call that h, and then you divide by 2, and that has to be 24. You just have to find h. So 3 plus 9 is 12 over 2 times h. That is 24. 12 over 2, that cancels down to 6. We just have 6h is 24. H is 4. Now we just have, this is 4. Base 3, height 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6.